We have all been there. You're staring at an online checkout screen. You click buy, and nothing happens. The loading wheel freezes. You panic. You click it again, and maybe one more time, just to be sure. A few seconds later, your bank alerts you that you just bought 3 identical, very expensive items. Welcome to the Foundry by Forge College. Today we are tackling the exact problem of that frozen checkout button. This is the critical final hurdle in our capstone module, building a complete Solana-powered payment solution. We are focusing entirely on testing, debugging, and validation. In our previous lesson, we worked through testing, performance, and deployment strategies. We've already built the storefront, the payment generator, and the backend, but we cannot actually release this system to the public until we guarantee that the dreaded accidental double charge is completely impossible. To make that guarantee, we use what developers call a smoke test.
Think of this as a complete end-to-end dress rehearsal. The goal here is not to politely click through the website. The goal is to intentionally break the system and expose its weak points. Naturally, we never use real money for a dress rehearsal. We use a DevNet. A DevNet is a safe digital sandbox, an identical replica of the real Solana network, but it strictly uses play money. It lets us test every transaction without any actual financial risk. Hunting down catastrophic bugs in this risk-free environment is how we know for sure that the payment system will behave exactly as intended. We have to break it with play money so it never steals real money upon launch. Take a look at the flowchart on your screen. This maps out the 3 core stations of our digital payment architecture. On the left is the storefront, where the customer starts the order. In the middle is the Solana network, where the actual money moves. And on the right is the merchant backend, where the store records the final sale. When everything works, we call this the happy path. The customer clicks buy, the play money flows seamlessly through the blockchain, and it perfectly updates the merchant's ledger at the end. Notice that string of letters and numbers locking into place. That is the transaction signature. It acts as an unbreakable digital receipt generated by the network. It proves to everyone that the transaction is final and completely valid. We establish this flawless baseline first for a very simple reason. You cannot diagnose a broken system if you do not know exactly what a perfect one looks like. Now that we know perfection, it is time for active sabotage. In many of our Forge College learning programs, we encourage you to tear things apart. Today, our job is to purposefully simulate the 3 most common transactional disasters. Here is disaster number 1, the missing label. In technical terms, this is a malformed URI. It happens when your storefront forgets to attach a specific order number to the blockchain payment. As you can see, the unlabeled package drops right into a void. The system gets the money, but has no idea whose order to credit. The fix is strict boundary control. We program the backend to automatically reject any anonymous transactions. It bounces the unlabeled package back and instantly returns a clear error message to the storefront. Disaster number 2 is the slow messenger, or a webhook timeout. Watch the timer expire here. The payment actually succeeds on the blockchain, but the confirmation message traveling back to the store takes so long that the customer's screen simply freezes, leaving them wondering if the order went through. We fix this by upgrading the code to process these messages asynchronously. Instead of making the customer wait on the screen, the system quickly accepts the message, gives the customer a green checkmark, and finishes its paperwork in the background. Finally, disaster number 3, the double click, also known as a race condition. This is that panicked customer mashing the buy button. 2 identical orders speed down the path at the exact same millisecond, and they collide at the back end, causing a double charge. To solve this, we install a digital turnstile, a piece of code called a mutex. It forces the backend to process incoming requests strictly one at a time. If a second identical request tries to squeeze through, the turnstile locks and safely ignores it. By actively hunting down these specific bottlenecks and applying these fixes, we transform a fragile, unpredictable prototype into a resilient payment engine. This document on your screen is the final step. It is the debug report. It is a master log where every single failed test, every applied fix, and every transaction signature is neatly recorded. This report provides the definitive, data-backed proof that the Web3 payment flow is safe for the public.
It validates that the system can handle errors without compromising the user's funds or the merchant's records. From an operational standpoint, your next step as a developer is to rerun all of those smoke tests. You keep testing, fixing, and logging until every single high-priority issue is resolved and your acceptance checklist is solid green. Once completed, this document serves as the formal evidence required to officially stitch the payment system into the final capstone assembly. It acts as the technical verification that your build is ready for a live environment. Writing code is only half the job. Rigorously proving that the code will hold up under extreme pressure and user error is the step that separates a student from a professional developer. Developers in our community are mastering these exact debugging techniques every single day. If you want to dive deeper into this track or explore our other Web3 programs, come visit us at forge.college. Keep testing, keep building, and we will see you in the next build.